As you would already know from the newsletters published by Deer, the pricing of Deer per month increases tomorrow, the 1st of September. But I want to make sure in a last ditch effort that if you're on, that you can lock in some value compared to what you're currently paying. So whatever the monthly price you're paying is being increased at bare minimum $250 US a month. So there is some options. So what you can do is, first off, go to your users. So go settings, users. Make sure you've got all the users you want, and any users that you don't require, remove them to reduce some of your cost. The same with integrations. If there's any integrations you're not utilizing at all that you've plugged in, you can do that. The next step, if you go to your subscriptions, go to subscribe or update your subscription. What we do recommend here is that today you could lock in a year's worth of subscriptions. So you could buy a year, 2 years, or 3 years. And by doing that and renewing as of today, you're buying in advance at your current monthly price, 12 months of subscription. So on the old plan, $199 jumping to $250, we've worked out there's probably about $800 worth of savings in US by just doing that process. If you're on an older plan than $199, it's probably even more savings than that. So I recommend today to at least look at a last ditch effort, if you want to save some costs, to look at going to an annual plan as of today, and that should hopefully reduce some of your costs for the next 12 months. Otherwise, it will increase from the 1st of September. The next option is that we'd like to show you is Airwallex. So some of you may have never heard of this, but Airwallex can reduce some of the cost you're paying on US subscriptions quite significantly. So the bit of a price difference, airwallex.com, come down to the pricing table. If you're with any of the major 4 banks, if you pay your US subscription, you're wearing about 3% that the bank charges you to basically pay that US subscription. CBA, it actually publishes that as a separate line item on the bank statement. Westpac, it's combined with the dollar value, and I'm not too sure about the other two, but basically there is 3% there. If you pay something else overseas, you're up for these rates tables here, and this is your monthly running cost with the system with these banks. Now, if you use Airwallex, it's a wallet system, so you transfer Aussie dollars across to it, and then you pay using a virtual credit card. But your cost is free for credit card, and FFX is between 0.3 to 0.6, so it's a pretty good deal. Plus, we send you a link if you use that. If you do want to pay like an overseas bill, you get the first $20,000 free of charge provided by Airwallex. Now, once you're in the system, what you can do is you have to basically onboard yourself. So there's a bit of bank PCI compliance checks. So they'll go for a whole series of questions just to ensure you're not doing money laundering through the system. Because with the banking network nowadays, it's all about making sure you do the cross checks, make sure you're legit, make sure you're not doing money laundering. Once you're on the system, you go to cards. You can create a card. You can create as many cards as you want. So you basically come in, give the card a purpose. We're going to use it for subscriptions. Next, give it a nickname, and then it basically you can change the limits. In changing the limits, you can choose whichever currency the card needs to be in the pay the subscription. So it's USD. You can set limits and create the card. Once you've created the card, it will reveal the numbers, and you can start to use it. And you've got the conversions down here as well. And then you'll have a list of your cards. Now, the way we got clients using this at the moment, most of the time, they will basically be creating a card per subscription. So you can see here, I've got a card for PandaDoc. It's in US dollars. Card for Calendly, US dollars. A card for Slack, card for Capsule. These are all US dollar bills. So what will happen is then I put some money on the wallet, and every month or every year when those gets charged, I'm saving around 3%. So let's say I know with Help Scout we spend about $2,000 a year. That's about a savings of $60. Now, I know it doesn't seem like much, but over a year, if you put this in place as a strategy, it reduces the cost you're spending. Also, what you can do is you can set up a separate card for each platform. So what's this? What it means from cybersecurity and hacking, if my PandaDoc account gets hacked, it's only that card that's exposed, and I've only used it for PandaDoc. So I'm limiting the risk of having to change multiple cards. Also means I can come in here, I can see when the expires are due, and if a card expires, I only have to update that one platform instead of having to go for a list and update, several hundred different subscriptions online if you've got lots of them. So hopefully this gives you some ideas with Airwallex to reduce costs. A lot of clients have put it in during this current period of the virus, and look at your Deer subscription today, and hopefully if you've moved to annual plan, you should save yourself some dollars for the next 12 months. Thanks, guys.